I'm joined now by Western swing musician Carolyn Martin. Carolyn, I am such a fan. I'm a new fan, admittedly, but I'm a big fan. I can't wait to talk about Western swing. But first, tell me how you fell in love with music. How did you get into all this?
Oh, yeah, that's a great question. It started probably around age 7, and I remember being in the movie theater. I grew up in a place called Abilene, Texas, and we had this wonderful old movie theater, the Paramount Theater, built in the 1930s. So by the time I was 7 in the 1960s, you know, it was not as shiny and new as it used to be, but they still had the thing that made it look like clouds were going across the sky, and it was just a wonderful place to go see a movie. And the first movie I have a memory of going to see there was Pinocchio. And here Jiminy Cricket came out to sing When You Wish Upon a Star, and I was just, something happened that afternoon, and I fell in love with that song. And I remember as a little girl, you know, always singing around the house, and I'd put on a blanket that looked like a cape, and I would climb on top of the furniture, which horrified my mother, and pretend that I was an opera singer, and you know, standing on the buffet, you know, as my stage. And then when I was a teenager, just, you know, 13, 14 years old, I absolutely fell in love with James Taylor, with Joni Mitchell, with Judy Collins, and I wanted to play guitar. And mind you, I'd had 3 years of failed piano lessons. So my parents were like, okay, you want to play guitar, great. So they bought me a little guitar, and I kept up with it longer than they thought I would. And they found someone to teach me. Started taking guitar lessons. And I loved playing, but I would only sing by myself in my room with the door closed, because I was a very shy child. And I got over that. But and music was one of the things that helped me get over that.
When I read that you did not want to sing, even when you first started a band, I was like, how is that possible? You have the coolest voice.
Thank you.
And
I'm glad I decided I wanted to start singing, but I played with my friend Lori, who played violin and fiddle, you know, same instrument, different styles. And we got our first little gig at a place called Old Abilene Town, and it was like an old western town, and they had a restaurant, and we would play for 20 minutes, and then they would show silent movies for 20 minutes. So that was the start of my career. And one night we were there, and a gentleman requested a song that Lori didn't know, but I did. And she said, would you please sing this song? So I very reluctantly said that I would, and I started singing, and lo and behold, the floor didn't open up and swallow me. Nothing bad happened, and when I finished singing, everybody clapped, and I thought, well, this is really cool. So after that, that kind of opened it up, and after that, I started singing quite a bit, and we got another gig. And then we started doing like, you know, private parties, and so that's really how I got into music, playing with Lori. And then we added a third person to our group. And then time passes, and I'm old enough to start playing in the clubs, you know, in Abilene. So I played with several different bands. And a couple of years later, I met my husband, who's a bass player. My husband and I married in 1981 in Abilene. And we immediately put all our stuff in storage and went out on the road and played music. We had some friends that we formed a band with. So 1985 gets there, and we realized that we kind of need to settle down somewhere, or else we're going to turn around, and we've been on the road for 30 years and
nomads
don't have an address. So we had talked to friends that lived in Nashville, and they encouraged us to come. And then we got a piece of advice that probably was some of the best advice that I've ever gotten. There was a man named Bill Turner who worked for the Nashville Network, which was a thing at the time. And he said, you know, we would love for you to come to Nashville. You'd be welcome. said, but if you're not willing to give it 3 years, stay at home. You know, you're not going to get there, and things are not immediately going to happen.
Right.
And that was so true. And we were fortunate enough to find work, the musical work, you know, as soon as we got there. But we also did a lot of other things, including I delivered phone books one summer. I handed out samples at grocery stores. I washed cars at the used car lot, just so we could do the music.
Right.
And but gradually, you know, we became known. We met more and more people. My husband started a recording studio.
Wow.
And we lived there 31 years.
Now, when you initially decided to put down roots in Nashville, what was the goal? Did you have a dream of being Patsy Cline, or did you want to continue to go out on the road and play with the band?
Yeah, we simply wanted to play music. We wanted to play music and make a living playing music.
Wow.
And so we achieved that.
What has music taught you about yourself?
That I should not ever be afraid to make a fool out of myself.
Oh, wow.
I shouldn't ever let that hold me back, because when I was a child and I was so shy, I think that was what I was afraid of. And I learned I don't have to be afraid of anything. If I go out and make a mistake, which I do, you know, you do every time you perform.
Right.
Nobody's perfect, although some people seem to be really close. I see some people perform and I'm just like, oh, wow, you know, they're flawless.
Yeah.
But I am not flawless. You know, just to be myself, because that person was always there in me. She wanted to come out. She wanted to sing. She wanted to be in front of people and join in.
Thank goodness Lori didn't know that song
I know.
all those years ago. I wonder how
I
much
know.
longer it would have taken.
I know, probably not very long, because music draws you out.
Right, right.
And,
Well, Carolyn, I'm so glad that the love of your life is music, and we have all, the listening public, have all benefited from that. To that end, would you do us the honor of playing something?
I would love to play a song, and since I don't have my steel guitarist and my fiddle player and all my wonderful guys and girls, I'm going to play a song that I wrote with my dear friend Nora Jane Struthers, and it's an autobiographical song, and it's kind of about me, you know, coming out of my shell and jumping into my life of what I feel I was meant to do. It's called Wild West Texas Wind.
I got to hear the sound check, and it was wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
So thank you for playing for us. Thank you for sitting down with me. You are a pleasure.
Oh, you were a pleasure to talk to. I can't believe we're out of time. It seems like we've been here about 2 minutes.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It sings to me in the night with a voice sweet and forlorn. It's been pushing at my back since the day that I was born, saying come and take a ride with me. We're going someplace your heart's never been. We're gonna blow right out of here like the dust on that Wild West Texas wind. Now I tried to shut the window tight, pretend I couldn't hear the howling just outside the walls I'd built of my own fear. I almost threw away the key to the cell you put me in. But my spirit won't be shackled. It's like that Wild West Texas wind, and it sings to me in the night with a voice sweet and forlorn. It's been pushing at my back since the day that I was born, saying come and take a ride with me. We're going someplace your heart's never been. Come on, let's blow right out of here like the dust on that Wild West Texas wind. Now I'm flying down the highway, got an old friend at my side, and his voice is getting clearer with each mile I leave behind. You can keep your hateful lies and the pain you're living in. All I need is my new old friend, that Wild West Texas wind. He sings to me in the night with a voice sweet and forlorn. He's been pushing at my back since the day that I was born, saying, come and take a ride with me. We're going someplace your heart's never been. We're gonna blow right out of here like the dust on that Wild West Texas wind. Now it's older than the canyon where the river's red with clay. It will still be singing sweetly when my footprints wash away. It's the strength that's deep inside you when fear is closing in. Oh, the shadows all will scatter like the dust on that Wild West Texas wind. It sings to you in the night with a voice sweet and forlorn. It's been pushing at your back since the day that you were born, saying, come and take a ride with me. We're going someplace your heart's never been. Come on, let's blow right out of here like the dust on that Wild West Texas wind. Yeah, we're gonna blow right out of here like the dust on that Wild West Texas wind.
Arts in Focus on PBS Fort Wayne is funded in part by the Our Foundation and the Community Foundation of Greater Fort Wayne.